Dear students, welcome to Tungal online classes. Today we shall start with the next anatomical aspects of the frog. Right? In the last video, as we discussed the anatomical aspects like a digestive system as well as the respiratory system. So in frog, right? Let us start with the next system, that is circulatory system in frog. So right? So circulatory system mainly consisting of one is a lymph and second one is blood vascular system. Blood vascular system, right? So what is the lymph? Is the fluid connective tissue and blood fluid connective tissue that are circulating inside the body of the frog. So this is the fact what you know it better, right? So lymph mainly. So this lymphatic system it is said to be as, and this lymphatic system mainly consisting of here a lymph is the fluid which is commonly known as colorless blood, and lymph channels as well as lymph nodes. So these are the structures which are present in the lymphatic system of this frog, right? So lymph is said to be as the colorless blood. Why it is called as colorless blood is because it is devoid of means absence of RBCs as well as some of the proteins. So these are absent over here, hence it is said to be as a lymph is said to be as so colorless blood. So all the components of the blood are usually present in the lymph except RBCs as well as proteins, right? So that's why it is said to be as colorless blood. Okay, so this is one fact what you should know better, right? So next one is blood vascular system. So what is this blood vascular system after the lymphatic system consisting of? So this mainly consisting of, the first one is so heart, and second one is blood, and third one is blood vessels. Right? So these are the structures what we come across under this blood vascular system. So what is this heart? How it is? Right? Heart. So what is this heart? So it is one of the pumping organ in frogs which help in pumping the blood. It is pumping organ in frogs which help in pumping the blood in the entire body, right? So this is heart, and this heart is three-chambered one. In animal kingdom, that you have studied how many chambers of the heart are there. In case of amphibians, that generally you know it better. It is a three-chambered heart. So there are three chambers. In that three-chambered, so there you come across two types of chambers. One is atrium and second one is ventricles. So two atria are present over here, and one ventricle is present over here. One ventricle is present in this animal, right? Two atria as well as one ventricle. And apart from this one, very important point to be noted. So on the right atrium, right, as well as left atrium are the two atria that we come across over here. To this right atrium, there is a conical shaped structure that is attached to, so there one more chamber that is attached to sinus venosus. So this sinus venosus is a small chamber that is attached to the right atrium, right? So this is the fact what you should know. And the entire heart itself, heart along with this sinus venosus, so itself is present at the upper part of the body. So in the upper part of the body, this heart is located, and the entire heart is encovered with. It is encovered with a membrane called as pericardium. A membrane called as pericardium. Pericardium that encovers the heart itself, right? So this is about the heart, little bit about the heart. Some more explanation is there about this heart now itself. Whenever we see the diagram of the heart with three chambers, that moment we will come to know what are all these structures and what is the help of what, right? So see here, separately I would like to draw this diagram over here, and this is how the heart is. Right, and this is right atrium, this is left atrium, this is only one ventricle present over here, and to this right atrium, so one more conical shaped structure, that is sinus venosus is attached over here, and this brings the blood from the veins. Especially it brings the blood from different parts of the body to this right auricle or right atrium. So from some of the veins called as vena cava. These are the large veins that carry the blood to heart over here. So this is deoxygenated blood that carries over here, and this is oxygenated blood that is carried over here. So this is one fact. And another fact is, so what is that? On the ventral side of this heart, there one sac-like structure that we come across over here. There one sac-like structure on the ventral side that you come across over here, and this sac-like structure is called as conus arteriosus. Conus arteriosus, so is the end structure that is opening into the ventricle. That opens into the ventricle and it carries the blood. It carries the blood from the ventricle to different parts of the body as well as the nervous system. So one carries the blood to the lungs, and one more carries the blood to the different parts of the body, right? So this is how the three-chambered heart arrangement is, right? And one more point to be noted over here. What is that? Note down all these points. Whatever I have already explained over here, you go on noting down all those aspects, okay? So both the blood that comes to this ventricle when it pumps, the moment here the blood is mixed blood. Here we come across mixed blood over here. One part of the blood is pumped to the lungs, and another part of the blood is pumped to the different parts of the body. So this is the fact what you should know, right? So this is mixed blood what is pumped over here in the body of these animals, right? And this circulatory system, especially where blood vessels that we come across. In blood vessels, there are two types of blood vessels. One is arteries. arteries, and second one is veins. Arteries would help to carry the blood from the heart to different parts of the body or even the lungs, right? So they carry the blood from heart to different parts of the body, maybe lungs or different tissues also, right? One thing. And the second one is veins. Veins are those blood vessels which carry the blood from different parts of the body to the heart itself, right? So these are veins, these are arteries. Arteries together form arterial system and veins together form venous system, right? This forms arterial system forms, and here venous system forms. Venous system, arterial system are the two systems that are made from arteries as well as veins. Veins carry the blood to the heart from different parts of the body, and arteries carry the blood from the heart to different parts of the body, right? So this venous system, what it carries? So the blood to the heart, right? So this venous system as well as the artery system are made by these arteries as well as veins. See here, one specialized blood vascular system means this vascular system that is connected with the liver as well as intestine. Liver as well as intestine is connected with. So if this is connected with, means the blood vascular system is connected with the liver and intestine, this forms one system. What is that system? Is hepatic portal system. It means what it forms? Hepatic portal system. So this is more important for NEET examination. Remember, okay? So hepatic portal system is made over here. The vascular system that is connected to, right, another system, right, that is connected not only to the liver and intestine, it also connected with the kidney and lower parts of body of the animal, right? So if it is connected, vascular system, if it is connected with the kidney and lower parts of the body, then it is called as renal portal system. It forms the renal portal system, right? So these are the facts what you should know regarding this blood vascular system, right? So what are the parts that we come across in blood vascular system? First one is heart. So this is all about the heart. And the next one is blood. Let us go to the blood nerves. Yes. So this is a thick, viscous or red colored fluid that circulates in the entire body. So that is nothing but blood. And this blood mainly consisting of two parts. One is called as plasma and the second one is called as formed elements. Already I have mentioned formed elements, that is blood cells. Right? So this plasma is watery. Plasma is watery in nature and that contains many of the components that you know it better. Proteins are there, hormones are there, everything that circulates. Even so it carries the waste products also. Waste, nitrogenous waste also it carries. It carries different kinds of hormones. It carries water, 90% of the water, etc. About the plasma you know it better, right? Blood cells are RBCs, WBCs and platelets are the three kinds of blood cells that we can use. These are called as erythrocytes. WBCs are called as leukocytes, right? So platelets are also there, right? So WBC, especially RBCs, are erythrocytes. Why they are called so? Erythra means red. Erythrocytes, cyte means that is cells, right? Erythrocytes means red blood cells, right? So erythrocytes these are, and these RBCs especially it consisting of hemoglobin, and one more important point is it consists of nucleus, very important for NEET exam. Okay, so it consisting of nucleus, but in case of vertebrates it is enucleated cell. Erythrocytes are enucleated cells, but here they are nucleated cells, and hemoglobin is red in color, so that helps in carrying the gases, respiratory gases also, right? So this is hemoglobin is also present over here. RBCs, WBCs as well as platelets are present over here as blood cells, right? So this is about the blood. Okay, so the circulatory system that is brought about by the pumping nature of the heart itself, right? So it circulates along with, means it helps in circulation of, already I have told you, many number of waste products, many number of proteins, that is simply we can say nutrients. All the nutrients are circulated over here, and even oxygen, carbon dioxide, or the respiratory gases are also circulated. So during the circulation of the blood. So this is all about the circulatory system in case of frog. I hope you have understood completely. This is three-chambered heart. What are the three chambers and what are the extra structures? That is sac-like structure as well as triangular structure. Sinus, venosus as well as conus arteriosus are the extra things what you must remember in your mind. Okay. Next one is excretory system. So how is the excretory system? What it is consisting of? Let us see one by one. Here, the excretory system in a frog mainly consisting of a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, and cloaca, a special structure, cloaca, urinary bladder, So all these are the structures that we come across over here. So a pair of kidneys which are nearly bean-shaped structures which are lying at the posterior part of the body in the hand, right? A pair of kidneys which are almost bean-shaped structures which are lying at the posterior part of the body, and from these two kidneys, above these kidneys where the fat material is present here. This is the fat material. Okay, and these kidneys which have a pair of ureters are thin tubular structures that open into a specialized structures called as cloaca. Cloaca is there. A pair of kidneys are there, right? So this is the fact what you should know. A pair of kidneys, right? And these are ureters. This is cloaca. On the interior of the ventral part, there you come across one structure called as urinary bladder. What it is known as urinary bladder it is known as. So this is urinary bladder, cloaca, ureters as well as pair of kidneys. See here, what happens over here is, in the kidney, there you come across many number of small tubular structures. They are said to be as structural and functional units of kidney. So they are said to be as structural and functional units of kidney, called as uriniferous tubules, or they are known as uriniferous tubules, or they are also called as nephrons, or they are called as nephrons. These nephrons would help in filtration of the blood, right? Especially these help in filtration of blood. As a result of the filtration of the blood in the kidney, they remove waste products. The waste product itself is urea. The waste product which is removed by the kidney of this tract is urea. Hence these animals are called as ureotelic animals. Frog is one of the ureotelic animals. This is very important point to be noted for need. So ureotelic animal this frog is. Okay. So this is the fact what you should remember always. This is more important for NEET examination. Okay. So this is how the excretory system commonly in frogs, especially in male frog it is somewhat different, and in female frog it is somewhat different. See here, in male frog, so this kidney as well as these ureters, they act as the urinogenital tract. What it is acting as? Urinogenital tract it is called. Why it is called as urinogenital tract is because in males, usually in male frog it is acting as urinogenital tract. Why? Because urino stands for it is helping in passing the urine. So urine as the genital in the sense that the genital organ, that is the sex organs. So they also pass what? They also pass the male gametes, that is sperms. So that's why it helps for passing both urine as well as sperms in the same tract. Hence it is called as urinogenital tract in case of male frog. But in case of female frog, so the oviduct, what we call it, I will show that one later. Okay, the oviduct as well as these ureters are separately opening into a common passage for the removal of everything, that is nothing but cloaca. Here cloaca, this is the opening of the cloaca, right? So this is how the excretory system what is there in case of the frogs, right? So this is all about excretory system. Yes, let us start with the nervous system of frog, right? interesting part in the frog itself. So the nervous system is a highly evolved structure. So it is well developed in frogs itself, especially in amphibians, right? So it is highly evolved structure, and this itself consisting of, especially control and coordination system itself consisting of two systems. See here, this nervous system is different. So here control and coordination system, right? So what is this control and coordination system? So this is the system which controls all the functions of the body, even movements, talking, seeing, everything. So every function is controlled over here, as well as the coordination among all those functions, right? So digestion, after that one absorption and circulation, respiration, all these are coordinated over here. That is coordination system. So this is done by two systems. One is called as the neural system or nervous system, and second one is called as endocrine system. So these are the two systems that control over all the functions of the body itself, right? So one is neural system and second one is endocrine system. First of all, we will finish the endocrine system. It is very small enough, right? Endocrine system itself consisting of endocrine glands. What it consisting of? Endocrine glands. Endocrine glands, exocrine glands, heterocrine glands are the three kinds of glands that we come across, right? So in chemical coordination, so in that chapter, last chapter, we will discuss all these one thoroughly. So let us see endocrine glands are coming under the endocrine system. So the best example for all these glands itself is pituitary gland is there, pineal gland is there, right? Pineal gland, pituitary gland, thyroid gland is there, thymus gland is there, right? Thyroid gland, parathyroid glands are there, right? So along with this one, adrenal glands on the kidney are there, adrenal glands, gonads. All these are the endocrine glands. They are secreting what? The specialized chemical components. All these are secreting the chemical components called as hormones. So these hormones control the functions. Some of the functions of the body, they have been controlled by the hormones, right? So these hormones are secreted by these endocrine glands. So these hormones, they bring about the chemical coordination. What it is called as chemical coordination, in the sense that chemical components coordinate some of the functions. So that is nothing but chemical coordination is done by the hormones. Very important for NEET examination. Remember, all these are the endocrine glands. Endocrine glands come under endocrine system, and these glands secrete some of the chemical chemical components, and those chemical components are called as the hormones. We will discuss later regarding these hormones. So they are non-nutrient chemical messengers. They are called as, so all those things we will discuss in that. So next chapter, that is 22nd chapter, right? So and they bring about some of the functions. That is nothing but chemical coordination is being done by these hormones. Okay, this is about a short explanation about the endocrine system. This is present in a frog system. So this system, entire system itself is the nervous system or neural system in this class. Come to the neural system in frog. Alright, this neural system mainly consisting of CNS, PNS, ANS. So these are the three systems that you have already studied in the lower classes, that is in SSLC, in detailed manner. So that is the central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, as well as autonomous nervous system, are the three nervous systems that we come across over here. So what is the central nervous system? Why it is called so? So think about why it is called as central nervous system, why this is called as PNS, ANS. All these questions should be there with you. Think about this one and so answer for these questions. CNS mainly consisting of brain and spinal cord. What it consisting of? Brain and spinal cord. And PNS mainly consisting of, so here, cranial nerves as well as spinal nerves. Spinal nerves, right? So cranial nerves as well as spinal nerves that includes. ANS mainly consisting of sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. So these two are coming under ANS, right? So there you have studied these things thoroughly in last year. So ANS, leave it, PNS, so cranial nerves as well as spinal nerves. Very important one. Cranial nerves are nothing but they are the nerves which are directly arising from the brain, cranium, right? Spinal cord, these are the nerves which are arising from the spinal cord, are called as spinal nerves, right? And brain as well as spinal cord. And this brain, in case of frog, is kept inside the brain box called as cranium, right? So this brain in frogs is kept inside a box called as brain box. And this brain box is nothing but it is called as cranium. What it is known as? Cranium it is known as, right? So brain box or cranium, right? So this is the fact what you should know. And this brain mainly consisting of three parts, right? Forebrain, midbrain as well as hindbrain, right? So that is very important point to be noted over here. So let us see here parts of the brain. Brain has three parts. One is forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. These are the three parts. Forebrain has some of the parts. Over here you can see. This is the forebrain, this is midbrain and this is hindbrain. So like this there are three major sections that we come across over here. So the forebrain consisting of olfactory lobes, a pair of olfactory lobes and a pair of cerebral hemispheres. Cerebral hemispheres, these are words. So forebrain mainly consisting of olfactory lobes. Very important for NEET examination. You keep all these things in your mind. So first one is olfactory lobes are there and cerebral hemispheres are there. Cerebral hemispheres it has. And so midbrain. Midbrain mainly consisting of what it consisting of optic lobes, especially it is represented by the optic lobes as well as diencephalon tube. Correct? Optic lobes as well as diencephalon, both of themselves come under midbrain, and hindbrain mainly consisting of what? Cerebellum. What is this structure known as? Cerebellum. What is this structure known as? Medulla oblongata, right? is consisting of cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Right? So these are the structures that we come across. Keep in your mind all these things. Very important things to be noted over here. This is about the brain. Brain is kept inside the brain box, that is called as cranium. So there are 10 pairs of cranial nerves are there. So 10 pairs of cranial nerves. Remember, this point is very important for NEET examination. So comparative study of cranial nerves you must go through. So in fishes, how many cranial nerves are coming over here? And in case of amphibians, 10 are there. In case of reptiles, in case of aves, in case of mammals. So in mammals, I would like to tell you that is 12 pairs of cranial nerves that we come across. So how many group of animals have cranial nerves? That is about 10 pairs. So you must remember and you note down all these ones separately. This is more important for NEET examination, remember. So this is very important thing related with the brain. And let us go through the sense organs. So they are also very important for you people to remember. Yes, let us start with the sense organs. Sense organs present in frog. So very important over here. So match the following type of a question is usually asked on this topic itself, right? Why? I will explain. So sense organs are there in the body of this frog. What type of sense organs are there? So they sense touch, they sense smell, they sense, that is hearing organs are there, vision organs are there, touch is there, smell is there, hearing is there, vision is there, right? All these organs are there in the body of this frog. Touch, these are sensory papillae. What are those called as? Sensory papillae are the structures which can sense the touch, right? Sensory papillae. Match the following type of questions usually arising over here. Smell, organ of smell, right? So that is nasal epithelium. Nasal epithelium, right? And organ of hearing, right? That is nothing but tympanum. Tympanum is there, so this is present externally behind the eyes. Tympanum is there as well as inner ear. These 2 points are very important. Not only the tympanum, it is inner ear also. It is followed by inner ear. So both are very important one. So here eyes. Eyes are the organs which help for vision itself, right? So this is how. So organ of the touch, organ of the smell, organ of the hearing, organ of the vision, as well as taste. Taste. So organs are also there, that is taste buds are here. Taste buds are also here. These are very important points. So you must remember over here for NEET examination point of view, right? So this is very important for NEET. Among these one, eyes are there, as tympanum as well as inner ear, especially inner ear. So these two are well organized structures. These are nothing but well organized structures. These two are eyes as well as ear, right? All others are just aggregation of cells. They are not so well developed as in human being, so they are nothing but aggregation of cells that you come across. Aggregation of cells, they are simply. So aggregation of cells, and they are surrounding the nerves. Surrounding the nerves. They are surrounding the nerves itself. Aggregation of cells surrounding the simple sensory nerve itself. So that kind of structures, all others except the eyes as well as inner ear. Inner ear as well as eyes are well organized structure. And one more point we noted regarding this eye. What is this eye? This is a simple eye. Simple eye. You might come across there is a compound eyes which are seen in insects like cockroach. In cockroach, compound eye is seen here. It has only one unit. Eye has only one unit. Hence it is said to be a simple eye. Our eye is also very simple eye, but in case of cockroach, many units of eyes that we come across, and those units of eyes all together, so seeing a single object, right? So that is very important, and it is called as compound eye. So this is simple eye, that's all. So these are the sense organs what we come across in case of what? That is frog. We shall start with the reproductive system of frog. What is this reproductive system that includes? Over here let us see. So diagrammatically it is better to see over here, right? So it consisting of a pair of testes. It consisting of a pair of testes over here. They are so yellowish ovoid structures. See here, a pair of kidneys that we come across in the lower part of the body of this animal, and this is fat body. What I have drawn over here, these are kidneys. A pair of kidneys are two essential. Above the kidney, so they are a pair of ovoid yellowish structures which are attached on the upper part of the kidney. They are nothing but testes. So I shall draw here a little away from this kidneys. This is one testis, this is another testis, ovoid structures. And these ovoid structures are interconnected with tubular structures, and these tubular structures are called as vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia, these are 10 to 12 in number. That kind of tubular structure, 10 to 12 in number, they open into a common tubule. They open into a common tubule, and that common tubule so in which the sperms what are released by this testis, right? And this testis produces sperms, and those sperms which come from these tubular structures called as vasa efferentia to a common tubule, and that common tubule is called as Bidder's canal. Very important for NEET examination to be remembered, right? So this is Bidder's canal. What it is called as Bidder's canal. and this canal that comes over here, and all other uriniferous tubules are also here. What are the uriniferous tubules are also there, and all those uriniferous tubules called as nephrons all together form a common tubule. Right here, a common tubule of uriniferous tubules. Right? And so here you come across the transverse connection between bitter canal as well as this uriniferous tubule. What it is called as uriniferous tubule and bitter canal. A transverse connection that we come across one here, and both of themselves open to a common opening, so that is nothing but ureter. A pair of ureter that emerge from the kidneys. See here what happened actually. The sperms that come from the testes into the kidney, and from the kidney the urine as well as sperms all together go into a common tract, that is the this is ureters, and ureters that open into a common opening. And that common opening itself is called as what? So what is this? Cloaca. What it is called as? Cloaca. Hence in case of male reproductive system of the frog, so there it is called as urinogenital tract. What it is known as? Urinogenital tract. So this is called known as urinogenital tract. This urinogenital tract, what it consisting of? A pair of testes, right, are present over here. Kidneys are there, ureters are there, cloaca is there. And on the inferior side, there you come across. What do you come across? There, the urinary bladder is there. Urinary bladder that collects the urine over here. That collects the urine over here. Afterwards, it is passed out through a common passage called as cloaca. Cloaca is the common passage for removal of the waste product which is formed as a result of digestion, that is undigested food is also thrown out of the body through cloaca, and urine is also thrown out of the cloaca, and so the sperms even. Hence it is called as urinogenital tract. Urino stands for urine and the genital stands for, so what? Genital organ, that is, so male sex organ, so which produces the sperms, and the sperms are also passing through it. So urinogenital tract is commonly known as, right? So this is how, what is taking place over here? This is how the urine as well as sperms that are passed through this tract itself, right? So this is the male reproductive organ what we come across. But in case of female, so the ureters are opening into the cloaca of course, and simultaneously the oviduct are also opening into the cloaca itself. But both are not linked there, both are separately, so opening into the common passage called as the cloaca, right? Yes, so let us start with the female reproductive system. Female reproductive system, it also consisting of a pair of ovaries over here, and let us see here a pair of kidneys and a pair of ureters also over here, and so a pair of ovaries are present, and these open into a common passage called as cloaca, right? And on the ventral side there is one urinary gland is also there. And one more thing is these are ovaries. So where you come across a funnel-like structures. Funnel-like structures are here. Little bulges over here and the end part, right? This is also a funnel-like structure. Okay. So now this is how the female reproductive system is there. So these are a pair of ovaries which are attached to the kidney. Of course, they are very nearer to the kidney. They are attached to the kidney, but so there is no functional or the physiological link between the kidney as well as these ovaries. There is no physiological linkage between kidneys as well as ovaries as the testes as well as kidney itself, right? So these ovaries which produces ova. It produces ova, of course. Ovum or egg cells. It produces the egg cells. What is our oviduct? So what it consisting of? So a female reproductive system is consisting of a pair of ovaries, a pair of oviduct that open into a common passage called as cloaca. This is cloaca. This is urinary bladder. And this is called as ampulla. Little bulge structure that we come across at the end of this oviduct is called as ampulla. This is called as ampulla, of course. And these are ureters, right? And one more thing we must remember over here. So these ovaries are relatively encovered with, means these ovaries are attached to the kidney with the help of a membranous structure called as mesovarium. And here the testes are encovered with a double folded. So peritoneum, that is called as what? Mesorchium. Mesovarium, mesorchium are the two words that you come across. Double folded membrane it is called as, that encover the testes with the kidney. Here also same. So mesovarium is called as, and that is called as mesorchium. These 2 points are very important. Here, so genital system is totally different. Here the renal system is totally different. The renal system that includes kidney, that is kidney as well as ureters as well as cloaca. So here the eggs whatever they are produced over here, they are released through this oviducal canal, or it is called as oviduct, and this is called as oviducal funnel. So through this funnel, the eggs that comes over here into the cloaca, and they are released over here into the water. So eggs are laid into the water in group, and that is called as spawning. What it is called as spawning. Spawning is done by the females, right, during pseudocopulation. What is that pseudocopulation? So let us see now. But eggs are laid over here in groups or in clusters. Clusters, it is said to be as what? Spawning. It is said as spawning, right? So these eggs, usually one mature female that lays about 2,500 to 3,000 number of eggs it lays, right? Important for need examination, remember, right? So 2,500 to 3,000 number of eggs are laid by the female during pseudocopulation. See here, usually these frogs are seen in what? Rainy season. That moment, so already you know sexual dimorphism, right? So males as well as females are easily separated over here, easily identified over here because of the presence of the croaking vocal cords. So vocal cords which help for croaking. So whenever the frogs that croak, so during rainy season in water, and the females are attracted towards the males, and the female that sits like this, over it the male sits. But there are no copulatory organs provided for these animals. Only a normal common passage that you come across is cloaca. So one upon another, it sits, male sits on that one, and male on its the four limb. So there are four digits are there. The first digit itself has one pad-like structure called as copulatory pad or nuptial pad. With the help of that nuptial pad, it presses over the female, right? When it presses over the female, that moment female lays many number of eggs into the water. Spawn of eggs are laid over there into the water. Simultaneously, the male releases all those sperms into the water, and so the male's sperms as well as female's eggs, they come in contact with the help of chemical attraction, right? It is called as chemotactis, right? As a result of chemotactis, so both of themselves come in contact with each other, and any one of the sperms fertilize the egg. Okay, and fertilization take place, and after the fertilization, the eggs that become zygote. Zygote develops into new entity, right? But one thing is the development. During development, what happens over here is, so this is an egg, and egg develops into elongated tail having a tadpole. This tadpole is the larval stage. This is the larval stage of the frog, and it is adult frog. So this kind of development that occurs in case of frogs, hence it is called as indirect development. What it is called as? Indirect development. So indirect development is usually seen in case of frogs. This is all about what? So the female reproductive system as well as the pseudo-copulation. There is no copulatory organs are there. That's why, so one sits on another. So they are showing a false copulation. So that they release their respective gonadial cells, that is, so male cells, male sex cells as well as female sex cells, egg as well as sperms. So they fertilize each other, and zygote develops into new individual. So that is the tadpole first, and later it undergoes metamorphosis. Very important point. Sorry. Metamorphosis means what? There are some changes that occurs. So from the larval stage up to the adult stage, all those changes together form the metamorphosis. See here, in larval stage, tadpole is like this. It doesn't have any limbs, it doesn't have any well-developed organs. Very simple structure it has. And this becomes adult frog. Imagine adult frog is here, tadpole is here. Whatever the physical changes that we come across from larval stage to adult stage, all those physical changes together, morphological changes together, called as metamorphosis. So this is one of the unique features of the frogs, especially amphibians, right? So now we came to know how the anatomical aspects are there in frog, right? So after this one, so frogs are very useful for the human being in all respects. Why? Because so ecological balance it helps it. Why? Because they are involved in the food chain as well as food web. So they help ecologically. And one more thing, they trap the insects and consume them, so that the insects are controlled by these frogs, so that the farmer will be very happy. Why? Because so these insects do not harm his crop plants, right? They help the human being in protection of the crop plants. Okay, the crop yield even, right? So this is how usually these frogs are very helpful for the human being. And one more point is the legs, muscular legs of hind limbs especially, so they are used as the food for some of the people in some other countries, right? So like this, so frogs are very much useful for human being. So this is all about the anatomy of frog as well as earthworm. By this we finished one chapter, that is structural organization in animals. I hope you are so much satisfied with all these lectures. Thank you.